Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Melissa. I am a registered dietitian, and if you don't know, here on my channel I talk about all things food and nutrition. So if you like that, then please make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Before I get started, do you see that? Toast that little buddy. He's so cute. Anyways, I just wanted to point out that cuteness real quick. So today it's officially August, which means most people who are doing a dietetic internship this year will be starting their internship this month. So I thought that I would take this time to give you a couple tips on how to make it through your dietetic internship. It's not the most fun year, I'm gonna tell you that, but you will have some really great experiences. And I just wanted to share a couple tips on how you can make it a great year. So tip number one is to be flexible, be open-minded. This is huge, because if you're not flexible, you're gonna hate this year so much. Honestly, it's like starting a new job every couple weeks, so you have to be flexible as to what you're doing. You have to be flexible in every working environment. You have to be flexible in getting to know your new coworkers. You know, sometimes your preceptor might ask you to stay late one day, or tell you to leave early one day, or ask you to come in on a weekend, or ask you to do something that you really feel has nothing to do with dietetics. And yeah, so you really kind of have to adapt to the situation that you're in to make the most of it, and learn to just kind of go with the flow a little bit, because there's going to be a lot of stuff thrown at you, and there's going to be a lot of different environments, a lot of different schedules, a lot of different people. So making sure you go in with an open mind and the ability to adapt to a ton of different situations is a really important part of being successful in your internship. Tip number two is to make friends with other interns. Honestly, other interns are going to be the only people who really understand what you're going through. Yes, other people do internships, but they get paid for them. They do them for a long period of time. They're not just doing them for, 4 weeks at a time. It's really different from a normal internship. So really, other interns are going to be only people who really truly understand what you're going through. And honestly, while it might be nice to come home and vent to your boyfriend or girlfriend at night, you're not really going to get much out of it, because they don't really understand exactly what it is you're going through and what you're feeling. Whereas the second you talk to other interns, they're gonna get it immediately. Even if they're at a different site, they've probably gone through a similar situation. And it's just really nice to be able to talk to people who know what you're going through, who understand. So making friends with other interns is really a key part of keeping your sanity and getting through. Tip number three is to make sure you ask questions. Like I said, you're starting a new job every couple weeks. You're obviously going to have questions. And honestly, if your preceptor is a dietitian, they had to go through the exact same thing as you're going through now. So they're really great people to ask questions to. Ask questions about, the exam. Ask questions about their internship experience. Ask questions about the environment that you're in, because you don't just want to kind of coast through the experience and not really get anything from it. So while you're in that situation, make sure you're asking questions to understand everything around you and get the most out of that situation. And like I said, your preceptors have been there before. They're not going to be annoyed that you're asking them a ton of questions, I promise. Tip number four is to make time for yourself. This is another one that is just going to get you through this with your sanity intact. So I worked throughout my internship, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that. However, during my clinical rotation, since it was so long, 16 weeks long, I decided to work 2 shifts a week instead of 1 shift a week, which meant that basically for 16 weeks straight, I did not get a single day off. And it was a lot, and I would not suggest doing that. I would make sure that you have at least 1 day a week off, just so that you can keep your sanity. The internship's really exhausting, and a lot of times you have schoolwork to do along with it. You might also be working so you can make a little money, but I would really do your best to try to get 1 day a week off so that you can take a little time to yourself, pamper yourself a little bit, have a hobby, do what you like to do for a day and not have to worry about all the other stuff that's going on around you. Because really it is crucial for your sanity. It gets to be a lot if you're just constantly on, you know? So definitely make time for yourself, very important. And my final tip is, if you can, tailor your internship to what you want to learn. So, I mean, part of the internship is, you know, seeing all these different fields of nutrition and maybe experiencing one that you didn't think that you would like and you end up loving. So it is great to go into these different areas that you maybe have never worked in before, or maybe didn't think you had much interest in, just to see what it's like. But if there's an area that you are really interested in, then do your best to make sure that happens. This is a year that's all about new experiences and learning as much as you can. So if there's an area that you're incredibly interested in and think you might want to work in, then try to get in there. You know, I mean, I was lucky enough that the internship I did was like a site preceptor one, so you were able to tailor your internship and figure out your own rotations except for the clinical one. So I knew I wanted to see private practice, and I knew I wanted to see eating disorders. So I made sure I got those into my schedule. Another thing I love about Meredith's internship is that they do have an enrichment rotation. So if there is an area of nutrition that you don't think really falls into one of the categories of your internship, maybe try to find an internship that has an enrichment rotation so that you are able to make your own rotations and make sure you get in there. Also, don't be afraid to just ask a dietitian to shadow them for a week or something when you have a week off, or when you're done with your internship before you take the exam. This year is all about learning experiences, and if there's something that you really want to learn about and really want to see before you have to, you know, go apply for a job in that area, this is the time to do it. And so take that opportunity and make sure you do it. All right, well, that is all I have for today. I could probably go on and on with different tips and experiences and everything like that. But if you have any other questions, please leave them below. I would be happy to answer them. And good luck to all the interns starting your internship. It will be okay. You're gonna learn a lot this year, so just try to make the most of it. And yeah, if you liked this video, then please give it a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed for more videos like this one. And I will see you next week. Bye.